You are listening to the Vibrant Life Podcast, episode 38.
The Vibrant Life.
Hey you, thanks for tuning in to the Vibrant Life Podcast. I'm Emily Romrell, and I'm psyched to have you here with me today. I've got a few announcements to kick things off, and they are all super exciting, so bear with me and then we'll dive into another great episode. The biggest news is that my family and I have started a new business called Cleo Vella. We do luxury greeting cards, and it's awesome. Woohoo! It's been a lot of work the last couple of months to get things going, and we're finally open for business, so that's super exciting, and it's right in time for the holidays. So there's a couple really cool things you should know about Cleo Vella. First of all, we named the company after both of my grandmothers, Cleo Eyre and Vella Romrell, and our company honors the difference they've made in the world, and we want to continue to make a difference with this endeavor. So if you wanted to check out more of the story, go to cleovella.com. Secondly, we're big believers in giving back, so we've partnered with a great nonprofit called One Tree Planted, and we are going to plant one tree for every card that we sell. We're honored to help with reforestation as part of our business model. All of our cards are laser engraved with premium wood, and it's really nifty, guys. I know nifty's kind of a corny word, but they're pretty cool. And it's a full sensory experience. So not only do you get a really awesome wooden luxury card, but it's sent with a really nice envelope. It has a really cool wax seal on the back, and you can even put a fragrance on it if you want. So if you want your Christmas cards to smell like Christmas, we've got you covered. Can you imagine sending someone a memory that not only looks amazing, but smells great too? It's pretty awesome. And as listeners of the podcast, I have something special just for you, my friends. You can get 15% off your order if you use the code VIBRANT15. So, all one word, caps, Vibrant, VIBRANT 15, and that'll give you 15% off your order. So I did put some links into my show notes if you want to check those out, but seriously, just you can go straight to the website, cleovella.com. That's spelled CLEOVELLA.com, and really excited about that, so check it out. I mean, I know it's my company, but seriously, peeps, these cards are awesome. Next thing I want to mention is that I have revised the Vibrant Life Goal Planner for 2022. Can you guys believe it? Wow, it's right around the corner. And I'm really excited about this. I created a goal planner for myself, honestly. I've researched a lot of different goal planners and had a lot of different ideas. And so I created one for my personal use, and then just wanted to offer it to anyone else who's interested. So I updated it with some great quotes. I tweaked the pages a little to be more productive, and I'm actually pretty proud of myself, guys. I created the planner a couple years ago, I guess, and I really think it has some awesome tools to help you live your best life, and you can learn more about that by visiting my website, emilyromrell.com/Vibrant Life Goal Planner, all one word after the slash. I'm also planning some really cool stuff towards the beginning of the year with Vibrant Life, so stay tuned for that. I'm really working on upping my game with the Vibrant Life. I want to do more, and my goal with the podcast and the planner and everything else is really just to build a safe place and provide tools that I think are useful for everyone to help create a life that we all love, myself just as much as the next person. You know, my family loves the movie Little Women. I love the book too, but we always watch Little Women probably at least once a year, the old one with Winona Ryder. And I love the part where she tells the professor that she's hopelessly flawed. I am hopelessly flawed. I think we all are. but I'm getting better all the time, and I'm inviting you to go on the Vibrant Life journey right along with me. So definitely, I hope you don't think that I got it all figured out, because I don't, but I do feel like I'm learning things along the way, and I just want to share that with you. And I'd love to hear your comments and feedback as well on what you're learning. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into our topic today, which is take a hike. I'm kind of a goofball and I love puns. So I'm not telling you guys, obviously, to leave or to get out of here. Like Chris from Parks and Rec, I'm literally inviting you to spend some time outside. And I don't know if y'all realize this, but most times my subjects on the podcast are things that I am working on or that are weak spots in my personal life. And, I've been dealing with some dumb medical issues lately, and it's taken a toll on my habit of taking walks outside. But I want to get back into that because I know from experience that getting outside and walking is one of the absolute best things that you can do for your health, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I know fall has fell and the weather is getting colder, but don't let that stop you, because this is one of the most beautiful seasons of the year to spend time outdoors. And honestly, every season is beautiful in its own way. Also, back to the point that we're all a work in progress. When I woke up this morning, I really had the goal to go out for a walk, but I had kind of a rough day and it didn't happen. But I did make a point to spend some time outside. And I don't currently have a backyard, but my parents live close and they have a great backyard. And as I was putting my notes together for you guys today for the podcast, I decided to build a little fire in our fire pit and enjoy the crisp autumn air and the sunset, and it was fabulous. So I'll count that as a win. There's a lot of power to be found in a walk outside, however. I'm not always that observant, but I find that when I go outdoors, I notice the little things that make life wonderful. I love seeing the birds. I love watching people go about their lives. Everyone is so fascinating, and I love watching kids play in the park. And guys, I love trees. If you know me, you know I love trees. And whether it's fall, like right now, and the leaves are teaching us how beautiful it is to let things go, or whether it's snowy and the trees are glistening in the moonlight, or summer and the shadow of the leaves are dancing on the sidewalk, I feel like every tree is a friend and they make me happy. And it's so awesome to feel the love from the trees when you go out for a walk. One of my favorite writers of all time is C.S. Lewis. Love him. And he used to walk all over the English countryside. It was his way of mulling things over in his brain and working things out, getting some exercise. And he usually did these walks alone, but I have heard that once in a while a friend would join him. And one of my dream vacations actually is to go and do a walk from village to village like he used to do. If you're familiar with his space trilogy, I think Out of the Silent Planet is the first one, and Perelandra, and I can't remember the third one, but it's a really good story. And if you remember, the main character starts out, his name's Ransom, and at the very beginning of that saga, he's in the middle of a walk from village to village like that, like C.S. Lewis used to do. So long walks are wonderful, and they're a great way to meditate and level up your thinking, not to mention that they help burn those calories, right? There's a saying that I love, and I'm not sure where it originated, but it says all paths are made by walking. I don't know if you saw this plot twist coming, but this time I'm going to take the phrase figuratively. And you can't forge a new trail in your life if you don't take action, right? It's putting one step in front of the other that makes the difference. And if you focus on the journey rather than the destination, when you look back once in a while, it might surprise you just how far you've come. And I didn't mean to put this quote in here, but I was talking about making a path, right, and making a difference, and so obviously had to bring up that famous Robert Frost poem. It's actually not making a difference. It's The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And it's one of the most famous poems. Everyone knows it. And it's famous for a reason, right? It's one of the greatest poems for a reason. But most people are only familiar with the last verse, so I think I'm going to read the whole thing to you. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Again, this is one of the greatest poems of all time for a reason, and I know everyone puts the attention on taking the road less traveled part, which is significant, but in the beginning, the traveler is stuck, right? They stood and looked down each path for quite a while, mired in indecision. And I think the first success comes by choosing to move forward and take the next few steps along any path. I mean, even if the traveler took the road that was grassy and fair, they would still be much farther along in the journey, right? But I do think that magic happens when you are brave enough to forge your own path in a path that is less traveled by. Even the great Dolly Parton said, if you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. So that's cool. And it's okay to start small. Do you think marathons or really hardcore hikers just suddenly decided to take on the challenge and achieve success with a snap of their fingers? Of course not. People train for months and sometimes years to be successful at things like that. Have you guys heard of that program? What is it? Oh yeah, the Couch to 5K. So you can even download an app, I think, for this on your phone. But the idea is you can go from a total couch potato to running a 5K in, I think, a few months, or like 8 weeks. And it's just by taking small, simple steps. You start just doing 20 minutes a day for 3 days a week, and then you start alternating between walking and jogging, and then it just gets slightly harder as the weeks go on, right? And I think that's a great way to move forward with anything. Determine what the next best step is to take, and then take the next best step after that, and pretty soon you're going to be running strong and on your way to success. And I think it's critical, though, not to worry too much about how fast you're getting to where you want to go, or focus on how much farther you have to go, because I know that gets me a lot. But if we can keep our attention on the moment and just doing your best, and then trust that if you are doing your best, that things are going to work out, I think we're going to go pretty far. So guys, you can probably guess the challenge this week. Spend some time outside, and if you can, spend that time walking. And if you feel stuck in some area of your life, determine what the next step is and then go. Don't sit around wondering which path is better. And one of the great things about being human is we can always change our minds and change directions if we need to. But the important thing is to keep putting one foot in front of the other and not give up. So, take a hike, my friends. And I hope you guys have a great week. Live the vibrant life.